Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's episode. This is the Lee-Winans family. I am Nathan, and this is
Nana. Hello.
Hello, everyone.
Did you ever stop and think, why spend too much time just getting ready? Let me be honest, I don't know a single thing that I haven't done to make you notice me. Let me be real here. When I see you, my heart starts racing.
So today, what are we talking about?
Today, we want to share, I don't know whether to say, hacks, robbery, or disappointments when we travel.
All right. So we want you to know that what we are sharing is just a very minute part of our experience when we travel. For most part, we've met nice people. We've had great time. People have been awesome. And so don't misconstrue this to mean that people out there are all bad.
No.
It is just a little bit of our negative experience that we want to share today. Okay, so here we go with the very first experience.
Once upon a time, we had a good stay in Paris and decided to leave for a few days in Frankfurt. So from the hotel to the train station, we decided to take a taxi. So it was a good drive, very short. I think it was about 15 euro,
Yeah,
right?
15 euro.
Yeah. You said, was it an Audi?
Yes, it was an Audi, very beautiful Audi. Mwah. Good
Okay.
ride, yeah.
All right. So we went to Frankfurt, had a very nice time, made new friends, and then came back to the train station in Paris. As soon as we came out of the train station, one guy asked us, "Oh, do you want a taxi? Are you looking for a taxi?" And then we said yes. In fact, Nathan said yes.
Yeah. And what's significant about that was it was an African brother. You know, you go to a foreign country and you meet someone who looks like you. You know what that means. And he approaches so nicely and says, "Do you want a taxi?" Your immediate instinct is like, "Yeah, I want it." And it's as good as coming from another brother, you know. Yeah.
And then he said, "Oh, come this way. The taxis are all here." So we got there, and then we mentioned our hotel to the taxi driver. In fact, it was a queue of taxis. So then he said, "Oh yeah, okay, let's go." And then on our way, he was speaking French. He said, "Oh, because of traffic and things, he would like to dodge, and then so it would be a bit longer than we expect." And we said, "Okay," because of course we had an idea the journey because we came from the same hotel. So you know what? Actually, the journey was so long. So Nathan and I were saying, then his shorter route of dodging traffic, it's actually long. Then when we got to the hotel,
And also it's important, he was driving
extremely
incredibly slow.
slow.
And I had to caution him about 3 times and said, "You're on a highway and strangely you're driving between 30 and 40 kilometers per hour." And that was very strange to me anyway.
Yeah, but of course we were strangers, so we don't know we didn't know what they do there.
Yeah.
So we just enjoyed the ride. And then when we got to the hotel, we picked our stuff. He actually helped us to pick our stuff out. And then he gave us a bill of 150 euros. Look, we froze. We said, "What? 150 euros? We used the same journey to the place about 3 or 4 days ago for 15 euros. How come yours is 150? So whilst we're talking, one of the staff in the hotel heard us and then came out and then actually said in French, I mean, what did he say? Actually, I think he
So he had a conversation with the taxi driver,
Uh-huh.
and it so turned out that these guys are not even registered taxis. So they're like private. I don't know how the system
private
works, but
highs.
private
So,
highs.
yeah.
And the part that really tips, it was an old Toyota
A rickety car.
rickety car. I mean, let's start from there.
Yes.
It was rickety. You won't believe that kind of taxi would be in Paris. at the time. But yes, that was the thing. And so the guy explained to us that these guys are not the registered taxis. And so they sort of have their own regulation and everything.
Yes.
But I don't think it had to do with the fact that they were private taxi.
Yeah.
It's the fact that the guy intentionally tried to dupe us because he realized we were not from there.
Yeah.
Actually,
we even had a conversation during the journey
about Africa, where he came from in Africa,
where we came from.
And it's sad because for me, we agreed to go with him immediately because you saw somebody who looked like you and you thought that you could trust him, and he would be the best person, to drive you around to your destination. Only to find out that this guy was really trying to dupe us and make us pay so much money for a relatively short distance. So we argued with him.
Yes, we did.
We had quite a long argument.
Actually, our first point was when we came out from the train station, we said we wanted a taxi. So you are not a taxi, you are a private hire. Why did you pick us then?
Yeah.
And then secondly was, I think the hotel staff held, so we bargained, and then it came to half price. That was about €75.
No, we actually paid like €50.
Yeah, so even that, we said no, that was too high.
Yeah.
So I think Nathan bargained.
And we paid €50.
And we paid 50.
I mean, just to quiet things around it.
And
So that was an incredible experience for me. And the lesson there is that don't take things on the face value when you go to a place you're not too familiar with. You should ask a lot more questions.
A lot more. And then I think when you want something, you are looking for you're looking for a taxi. Insist that it's a taxi. And then actually the hotel guy said, anytime you want a taxi, make sure you see the inscription on top of the car, taxi.
Yeah.
And if you don't see that, don't take it, for safety reasons and for things like this.
Yeah. And this guy who works at a hotel sort of was very, very helpful and very nice.
Helpful.
We're in a world where we talk a lot about racism and try to say the other race takes advantage of us. But here's a situation where, I'm sorry, I have to say this, where my own kind was trying to dupe us, and then the other, you would say a different kind, I mean, for the lack of a better word, came to our rescue to really put things. So I don't think race is real, but I think there are more humans who recognize truth and treat each other with dignity than just an issue of color.
Irrespective of color.
And I'm excited about that. I think that was quite a challenging experience. But yeah, that was the
first one.
That's the first one
in Paris.
Yeah.
Yeah. So another incident, this was also in Paris. So normally when we choose hotels, we usually get complimentary packages. Sometimes tea, water, candies. So on this particular occasion, this hotel gave us, I think, chocolates and nuts. To be honest, we didn't like it.
Yeah.
Nathan, did you?
No.
We didn't like it, but we thought it was nice. I mean, let's pick it. So we picked it, and then the day we checked out at the front desk, we had a special bill. And in that bill, we saw that they were charging us for the nuts and the chocolate. It wasn't strange, but we're surprised because we usually book our hotels with such packages
as complimentary.
Complimentary, yes. So this time, and you know what? We were actually paying about €35 for that. We were shocked.
Yeah.
Anyway, what did we do? We just paid.
We just paid.
We just paid.
Again, don't assume anything. Don't ever assume anything when you travel. Ask questions. You might even look silly, but for clarity, otherwise it will be more expensive for you. So it's better to look dumb and get clarity than to act all intelligent and end up paying a price for it. We paid 35 for nuts and
a piece of chocolate.
A piece of chocolate.
And we could have escaped this because, to be honest, we didn't like it.
Yeah.
We didn't like it. but we
Yeah.
just took it. And once we've taken, we couldn't return it. It was in our bags, so
Yeah.
we just paid for it.
We paid for it. We paid for it. And she was so polite about billing us that we couldn't even. But she saw the surprise on
On our faces.
You know, strange. Wow. Okay, so that's another episode where we had to pay more money than we should have
Yeah.
if we asked another question. Okay. So normally when we travel, the ticket we purchase gives us access to lounges at the various airports that we transit through, and there's always this experience we go through. Somehow, when we want to make use of those services, you get to the desk, and the attendant at that place sort of looks at you. You're not supposed to be here. Like, they try to point to you where you're supposed to go, and you're like, no, this is my ticket. And then they take a look at the ticket and like,
Oh, sorry.
Oh, you have to go through this. And is there anything I can do for you? And you know, it's not happened once or twice. And I think that the other time too, we were supposed to get a vehicle to pick a pickup service. And when we walked to the lounge and we're going to check for the pickup, there again we're told, oh, the taxis are
That way.
that way. And I said, no, I have a pickup service from here. And they said, okay, let me see your thing. Oh, I'm sorry, please can you sit down and give us a few minutes to attend to you, you know. And for me, it's a bit depressing at that moment, because the question you're asking yourself is, what do I need to do for people to think that I am worth the experience that they are providing or the service they are providing?
Or why people just look at you and assume that you are for a particular service.
So maybe it's the way we dress. Maybe we should have shiny suits, and you should have
Branded stuff.
yeah, something glittering, you know, then they know you're from. But anyway, so
That's just for jokes.
yeah, it's just for jokes. But the truth is, it's not been once, it's been too often, and I'm hoping that somehow these experiences will be handled better, you know, so that people will have equal feeling about such service. Anyway, so that for me is a negative experience. Then another time, we went on a tour, and then we decided to get the VVIP ticket because the normal ticket queue was so long. I mean, it was so long. You had close to about 1,000 people in line.
The queue.
Yeah, and we didn't want to, so we got a VVIP ticket so we could go faster.
Already, I think our days in that town was so limited. You couldn't spend a whole day queuing.
Yeah, and so we went for that, and then we went to stand in the queue, and that queue was extremely short. And then we had this guy walk to us. He went past everyone.
It walked from nowhere straight to us.
Past everyone, got to us and said, the queue is there, you have to be there.
Yes.
Without asking, can I see your ticket? He just went straight ahead to say, the queue is there, you should join the queue. And we said, no, we're supposed to be here. And he said, let me check your ticket. And then he checks the ticket and said, oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, you can be here. And still wondering, what should we do? I mean, who are those queues meant for?
Meant for human beings like us.
Yeah.
Anybody else.
Anyways, so these are some of the experiences we've had traveling. Some more on racial profiling. The others have nothing to do with racial profiling. Like I said, if you look at all the things we said, you have a situation where somebody who really looks like you tried to dupe you, and then somebody of the other kind trying to help you.
Yeah.
You know, and then you have the reverse of that also, because they think you're from the other kind. But our suggestion to the world is, look, we're all human, and the world is a beautiful place. I think it would be boring that you only had black or brown people in the world, or only white people. I think in God's own wisdom, He put us all together in various shapes. So we can create this wonderful harmony.
Exactly.
And my hope is that as we crisscross and travel around the globe, not just us, I mean everybody else, that encountering different race or even your own kind will not be as we're saying, but will be that we see each other as human and enjoy our experiences, you know.
But as we said, we've had very, very good experiences
Wonderful.
somewhere else, and we appreciate that, and we wish that could be the norm.
And also part of it was our own doing, because we didn't ask a lot of questions and
we had to pay for it.
So please don't assume, always ask questions and make sure you have the right information before you make a decision when you're traveling. It's very important. As to how people treat you based on how you look, just pray. Just pray that the world becomes a better place. Anyway, so that is it for our travel experience for today. Any final words?
Just subscribe for us, and then like the videos and share. Also comment and let us know some of your experiences.
We really want to create this family with you, and so your subscription really matters. And so go there, subscribe, and also click on the notice button, so anytime we post new videos, you can be notified and be able to watch. So thank you very much, and God bless you so much. My name is Nathan, and she is
Nana. Bye.
Did you ever stop and think, why spend too much time just getting ready? Let me be honest, I don't know one single thing that I haven't done to make you notice me. Let me be real here. When I see you, my heart starts racing.